because it's a Razor Puck matchup. But I definitely think he's still going to do pretty decent. Underlord is definitely good this patch. I think he's probably one of like the top 3 offlaners. He feels good to play, man. He really does. So we're going to be getting into the game here. This is game 2. VP versus NAVI. Good luck, have fun in the chat. Well, it's going to be solo on the position 5 Underlord, still in the base right now, but should be heading down to the bottom lane momentarily to join his friend Epileptic Kid on the Medusa. So it is going to be the safe lane Medusa. Obviously, we were just talking about no one on the mid puck, a hero that's gained so much popularity recently. A lot of nice buffs for him there. You have save on the Disruptor and resolution on the Underlord in the top lane. And Navi is actually gone for the 5-man smoke. You're going to see Zayak last game. He was playing the Treant. He's actually placed a ward underneath the tower. He has the boots on the Doom. It's going to be the post 4 Doom here. And actually walking up into the high ground. Just going to be taking the decay. So one thing about Undying is that you definitely don't want to bring too many heroes into Undying. He kind of thrives off of that, being able to gain more strength. Looking at 9 Pasha, he's going to be down on the bottom lane again, playing the 3 Omni Knight. Doesn't actually have that much regen. He has the Windlays picked up for himself, so look, it looks like this bottom lane, they should at least be able to get one of these runes. So I think VP are going to claim 3 of these runes here, and they will. It's going to be Magical on the Razor this game in the mid lane, hoping to have some more success than he did last game. You actually see Zayak making the rotation up onto the top lane, trying to help his friends with a tri-lane. I'll be curious to see what he maxes out first. Last time we saw Crit take the Devour, and he just gained some creep abilities and tried to bully people out. It's going to be Ilias on the Lich here, the post 5 Lich in the top lane as well. And then back over to Crystallize on the Drow. So you have this tri-lane starting here for Navi, hoping to secure Drow, a little bit of an easier laning stage, and he actually took the Scorched Earth on Zayak, going to be doing a lot of damage here, as well as just getting in front of Resolution. The body block is there. With another Frost Blast from the Lich. They're going to take first blood on the Resolution. It's a little different from how last game started, because you had the first 2 kills going the way of VP. Take a look at the bottom lane. You see 9 Pasha just trying to grab the creep wave right now, being clicked on by Solo. He's trying to push him away. No one in the mid lane. Looks like he started his lane pretty decently. He's 5-1 on the CS, but Magical definitely having a better time for himself here. And you see Save trying to do the same thing as Omni Knight in the top lane, trying to get the wave away for Underlord so he can farm underneath the tower. Save actually might be in some trouble here. He's getting run down, and the same thing happening on the bottom side of the map with the Omni Knight. Save actually, he gives his life away here. He's going to look for the TP out. Can he find it? Just barely going to survive here all the way back to the base. And now it's the same thing for Pasha. He's just surviving underneath his tower. He's missing 16 strength, so he's only clicking for 42 damage, but he does have the Quelling Blade. In this game, the laning situation definitely fairly interesting. I'll be curious to see how this mid lane continues to go. It feels fairly even right now, and Magical actually going to find himself a nice regen rune. So a lane like this, Puck obviously is the type of hero that thrives off of winning trades, and when you can heal back up for free with the regen rune, I mean, that's nice in any lane, but it matters a little more for this hero, because the more you have to commit to regen, the more you know, you're not spending on your actual items. And just winning these trades is just so important for Puck. Meanwhile, bottom lane, what I will say is that we see a TP up from Solo, so the Undying gonna move himself to the tri-lane, but you had this Medusa just completely free farming here. And you are right in the chat, Clankers. Underlord really hates laning against this tri-lane. He's struggling. Resolution being run on down. Solo gonna walk himself in. Has a point in the Soul Rip now. Gonna heal himself back up, but so much range in this lane for them. Crystallize and Ilias just clicking on them from range, not really having a problem keeping themselves alive, as they aren't actually taking that much damage here. And you look at the regen, Obviously a Tango and a Salve left, as well as stick charges on the Lich. Has an angle for himself as well. And oh, the Drow, a little light on the regen, but he's fine. He's actually level 3 in this lane. And you look at the level 1 Disruptor. You have to wonder what he'll be able to do. Taking another look at the mid lane, looks like no one's just a little far ahead in CS, but obviously Magical going to have his wave in a moment. So this mid lane still feels fairly even. And I can't imagine any of these heroes going to kill each other. But the one thing that's changed for NAVI this game is that they're actually winning their safe lane. And a Drow Ranger with a good start here can definitely have some success in this game. I think it might just be night and day compared to last game, where you're going to see Crystallize with a good start, and then he might be able to get his levels up just a little bit faster, hit the jungle, and then kind of take over the game. They're going to continue to just to throw this harass onto the Undying, but he's more than fine. And now in this lane, the man, I'm surprised actually. I mean, Pasha doesn't have a lot of HP, but Medusa's having to ferry out some mangoes for him because he's actually out of mana right now. Keep taking a look at that top lane, just trying to make sure no one dies here. When I say no one, I don't mean this no one, I mean actually no one, as in nobody. Feels like everyone in this top lane just being kept alive. They have a lot of sustain here, but actually Solo may have bit off more than he can chew. Actually, Zayak gonna go on in, gonna get bursted up by the Soul Rip. He's trying to walk himself away. The Disruptor finally gonna find the kill with the Thunder Strike, but now Solo trying to get himself away in the trees, just can't move, man. Too much slow in this lane, and it's actually gonna be Lich picking up this rune here. But I believe both teams are gonna at least be able to grab a rune. And you see this TP from Zayak. Wants to make a move on a Medusa. Medusa's going to be in some trouble here. He has so much move speed with the Windlace as well as with the boots. There's no mana for the Purification, but Solo kind of saw this one coming. Going to be able to get them off his friend. So now lane's back to 2-1-2. You have Save up in this top lane, and well, if you look at the level advantage here, it feels like this lane should be very easy for Na'Vi just to sustain, keep doing what they're doing. Keep getting Crystallized as farm. Obviously, if you look at CS, Medusa is on top. Man, this level 1 Thunderstrike definitely feels underwhelming at 6 minutes into the game. And I feel like Save not having levels here is going to be a problem. You saw Doom literally just walked all the way across here. Went across the map, and he's back on the top lane now. But under the tower, he trades away the Frost Armor and picks up the Critical Strike, as well as the Pack Leader's Aura from the Alpha Wolf. And now Magical with the Haste Rune trying to come on in, make something happen here. Doesn't have the maxed out Static Link, but he has a Plasma Field. He's going to run on in, finding the kill on the save. And now looking for the kill on a Resolution. Resolution, does he find the TP out? No. It's going to be a double kill for Magical. It was a great rotation here, and now he's going to be putting pressure up onto this tower. You don't quite have the level 6 on the Drow yet, but he does a lot of damage to this tower here, nonetheless, with both of these Wraith Bands. They're going to chunk it. It's down to half HP. Courtesy of the Siege Creep. And now, after the rotation from the Viper, you kind of have to wonder what the Puck is up to. Trying to get himself ahead in CS right now. He's almost to 40-13. Looks like he's going to get to 39, but he has been able to put just a little bit of pressure on the mid lane tower. Navi is going to hit the showers. And then Razor, this is just how you farm on this hero. You got the Eye of the Storm going, giving the Broom Handle away to the Doom. And now it's the Medusa laning against the Omni Knight. This Mana Snake does a good amount of work on an Omni. Pasha trying to get in range for the Purification, and they're just trading back to back. So it's almost just under a 1k cold lead right now, and for Na'Vi. Saw Puck try to get himself away with the waning Rift here. He has 3 points in it and 2 points in Illusionary Orb, which is an interesting skill build, but I found a lot of Pucks nowadays, including myself, prefer points in the Waning Rift, because if you look at the damage it does, both of these spells basically do the exact same amount of damage. Actually, Waning Rift does a little bit more. Actually, no, they do the exact same when they're maxed out. But having the lower CD on a Winning Rift is great. Actually, top lane, they're making a move on a resolution. No one's going to come on in with the Dream Coil. He has a double damage as well. He's going to find one kill. Jaunting up, needs to get himself out of harm's way because Crystallized right clicks just a little bit too hard for him to deal with. Now he's bottled himself up. Wants to come in back in from the side here. Has the Fairy Fire as well, so a little bit of health to play around with. He's going to find a double kill. Now looking for more Zayak in the trees. One more right click. He's going to find it. A wonderful rotation from no one, but now needs to get himself away. He has a triple kill. Doesn't have a TP out. And Magical's going to come on in. He does get glimpsed on back, but now you see Puck jumping back in. Wants more. Going to find an ultra kill. The Lich TP back in. Was trying to make something happen with the Razor. But it's going to result in another kill fed to the Puck, and that's a huge, huge amount of gold here. I think it only shows the Lich kill, but it's a lot of gold going the way of the Puck. And now if you look at net worth, I believe Puck should just be top 1. He is. You see also that the... What's up, Panda? You see also that the Medusa has rotated into the tri-camp area, wants to just farm over here in the jungle, leaving Omni Knight alone in the lane by himself. Man, though, that was a nice rotation from no one. What does he have on the career coming? Is this just another null? No, it's just a clarity. Managed to find his way up top. You see the game is still fairly even. But definitely would have been going a little nicer for Navi if that ultra kill hadn't happened for no one. Now you're going to see no one halfway to his Blink Dagger. So it's both of the cores ahead right now on VP. You have the Puck about 1k gold ahead of the Razor, which isn't the biggest deal in the world, but it definitely doesn't feel good. Now they're trying to make a move onto the Medusa here. He tried to go for the outpost, but everyone is here. Speaking of everyone, no one's going to come on in. He finds the Dream Coil onto one. It actually snaps on Magical, and Magical might find himself in some trouble here now. You have the Thunder Strike, and it should just take him out. The kill is going to go the way of Save, but they did manage to find that outpost. And they're going to control both of these 10-minute outposts. As the rotation was just there quicker from VP. They brought the boys in. Where are these mangoes? Oh, there's a mango tree here in the Roshan pit. I'm not sure who this is giving vision to. Let me check. Okay, so it is the Radiant Mango Tree. Nice spot for it to be here. And another nice rotation for no one. The Dream Coil definitely necessary there for them to be able to get something. Feels like, again, Magical not having the early game that he really wants. I mean, he's 2-1, so he's not struggling that much, but, you know, a little underfarmed. Trying to get his Yules right now. And watching his mid lane tower being taken by VP. They actually have 4 heroes here. Puck obviously isn't going for the Maelstrom quite yet. I'll be curious to see if he takes the phase shift attack or the cast range, because someone was trying to change my mind on the phase shift attack, and that just didn't make sense to me. Given that phase shift attack is very nutty for Puck, just helps him flash farm so much more. And you see Pasha trading the bottom tier 1 for the mid tier 1 right now. Not exactly the trade that you want to take, but you're okay with it. Picking up the phase boots for himself, and Zayak looking for the drums on the Doom. You look over at the Drow. Ranger Crystallize almost has his Dragon Lance ready to go. Looks like he wants to just go Dragon Lance straight into the BKB again, similar to last game. And you have Save coming around on the side here, trying to make some kind of a play on Pasha. Going to get the ulti off as well as the kinetic field. He tries to glimpse him back in, but he's just ran away. Got himself through it. Now Pasha popping the ulti, trying to turn it around into solo. BP, no one is here. But they should just be able to find this kill. Pasha actually dodges the illusionary orb. He's going to need to commit to him. He didn't jump forward, thought he had the kill, finds the blink. He's going to find the kill into Pasha. It's a big rotation here. Another kill going to the Puck, but you do have heroes farming in the jungle for Navi. Haven't really taken a look at the Underlord in some time, but he's going for the Soul Ring right now. Has his Buckler, has his Bracer as well. So he's 0-2 right now, but he hasn't had too bad of a game for himself, and he's trying to secure the outpost right now. Didn't see the TP coming in from Zayak, but Zayak actually has the Doom ready to go. Was considering committing there, but he backs himself on up. So he's going to be okay for the time being. You look at Save the Disruptor, and he's looking for a 4-stat for himself. I was curious for a moment here. I thought Solo had actually bought a bottle, and I was like, one, how does he have the gold for that? And two, why would he? So late into the game, but he's going to decide to give the bottle right back to its rightful owner, the No One Puck. Who, by the way, is looking at an interesting build. By the way, he did take the phase shift attack because it's so good. And he's actually just looking at the early Lincolns. Doesn't want to worry about getting doomed to this game. We're looking at Medusa. Medusa's looking for the Manta. Makes sense. Pretty standard Medusa item here. There was a period in time where people were rushing the Yashakaya on a Medusa. I still think Yashakaya is pretty decent, but he doesn't have the same talents that he used to. So obviously Medusa... man, it feels like it's been a while since he was good, but maybe it was just last year. I would have to really check. My Dota history is all weird because been playing the game for so long. So you have Pasha looking for the drums and then wanting to go into the pipe, I believe. Pretty standard, and it makes sense considering the amount of magic damage that VP has in their lineup. Over at the Razor, he almost has the completed Yules, which is just going to help him run down heroes as well as keep himself alive in the team fights. Farming away in his jungle, and these 15-minute runes will be coming up. The game is still fairly even. Less than a 1k gold lead either way. You see TUTPs coming up to the top lane. They want to find the skill in a Zayak. You have the root there from Resolution. It's only level 2, but now Save finds the glimpse, bringing him back into the puck. The illusionary orbit's going to be there. Solo TP for this one as well, but they're going to secure this outpost, and they should be able to find at least 2 of the runes here, while Navi kind of mimics their action here. Kind of funny now, the outposts are up at 10 minutes, but you have both of these teams at 15 minutes making their moves to try and secure it. And now they're just playing opposite sides of the map here, because you can see this side is, I mean, obviously Magical is the odd one out here. And you have the Manta. He's about halfway there right now on the Medusa. Not sure if they see this from the Drow, but the Drow actually has the Mithril Hammer up now, and he has a Dragon skill as well. VP, however, smoked up, looking to make something happen in the jungle. I think that they see what's happening here. Ilias gonna be jumped on first, but Pasha, obviously a little bit more of an important kill. It was a hell of a Dream Coil. Almost perfect there from No One, locking both of them in. Ilias trying to get himself away, gonna be glimpsed back in is Pasha. And the Medusa's gonna find the kill onto the Lich. Couldn't get himself away there. That was such a nice coil there from No One. Caught both of them. That was a hard to hit coil. And you see No One has actually changed his build here. He was initially looking for the Lincolns, which I thought was a little weird, right? And he's changed it now. He's going for the Yules. Obviously, Yules doesn't really protect you from a Doom. You know, if you're quick enough, maybe you can Yules the Doom before he gets to you. But Yules does protect him against the Drow Silence, which I think is going to be a problem for this game had he just gone the Lincolns. Not sure what this was. I guess he's just trying to get himself up to the top lane. And again, both these teams kind of mirroring each other's movements now. You have Crystallis almost with the, or Crystallize, excuse me, almost with the completed BKB. Picks up an M-Claw for himself, so has a lot more damage here to work with. And now No One feels like this is his game just to control here on the puck. Might be spending a little too much time looking at him, but I feel like puck is always where the action's at. But speaking of action, bottom lane, the drums are popped. Zayak wants to run in, wants to find his Doom. Looks like he has a target. No One manages to find the phase shift. He's not doomed quite yet. He's actually going to silence him. Zayak can't get the Doom on off, and No One manages to find the Dream Coil, even though they don't actually kill him. And now from the high ground, Medusa doing so much damage. No One, where is he? Jaunted up, found his blink up onto the high ground. You have Magical trying to turn this fight around. Having so much trouble right now. Omni Knight finally popping the ulti. Pasha wants to run back in. And this team fight now going the other way. They have to run themselves away from the Omni Knight ulti. And now Puck jaunting back around to the side. They glimpse the Omni Knight back. He's just going to be brought down. Look at this tight 5-man circle that they're playing here. Might actually be the death of them as the Lich ulti came on through. No one's gonna be a-okay. Got hit by the first frost blast there. The chain frost, excuse me. But they're gonna take a nice team fight win, bringing down both the Drow and the Omni Knight. Those are two very important cores. That fight shows you just how close this game is right now. Obviously, you know, they just got the team fight gold. They're up 2K, but both teams kind of had points in that fight where they were owning, or at least feeling strong enough to fight. It wasn't really just Navi running away like it was last game. But unable to do too much there. Zayak, he came in through the trees there, and he almost got the Doom off onto the Puck. Puck got himself away. He got the phase shift off. Like, he TP'd right into the tower here, and he got the phase shift off, and luckily was able to survive. Speaking of surviving, might not be an option here for Resolution. He's going to find the Dark Rift out, force staffing up into the trees, and well, that's a nice play from him there. You saw Zayak hesitating with the Doom, and it's going to cost him a very important kill. As Pasha might be in some trouble bottom lane. They dropped the Tombstone. Solo running on in. The Dream Coil was committed as well. Pasha just trying to stay alive, but he can't. And now they're going to be shoving this tower. This bottom tier 1. It's another death on Pasha this game. He's playing the Omni Knight 0-4. Maybe not playing it very well, or at the very least really struggling against the VP lineup. And now you look at Epileptic Kid, the Medusa. He's got another ultimate orb to boot. Already picked up his Manta. He actually has the Pupil's Gift here, which is pretty great for Medusa, if I do say so myself. The plus 13 secondary stats are very, very nice for Medusa, given that she utilizes mana so much on the hero. Not sure exactly how much mana that gives her, but you know, it's nice. Mana and strength is never too bad. And now you have Crystallize with the completed BKB 20 minutes in, hoping that this is going to turn things around. Magical, the Razor is looking for his own. You look at towers though, you see VP's missing their bottom tier 1, and that's just about it. Their top tower is fairly low, but VP have been able to control the objectives in this game so much. They take the bottom one, and them taking that tower is just going to complete the tier 1 cycle. Now all the tier 1 towers have been completed. When I say completed, I just mean taken. Kind of a weird standoff at mid here. It feels like both teams know where they're at. The Doom's going against a very similar build to Crit did yesterday. But now it's going to be Magical. Caught here, tried to use himself and just stay alive for the time being, giving time for his team to get there. Not going to matter too much. You're going to see no one jumping forward. Has the Yules available, just trying to make sure he doesn't get doomed. But they really want to force this. The question is, do you really, really want to? They're going to glimpse back Zayak. Zayak nowhere to go. The Medusa going to run on in with the ulti. And they're just answering my question. Yeah, we don't care. You're going to see no one jump on forward. Has the orb. That's going to be another kill. He's going to jump onto the ledge. Finds... Oh my goodness. Just completely dodges the silencer. He found the Yules on a Pasha. They're bringing him back with a glimpse. And that's going to be yet another kill. Drow is just pointlessly using his spells. Not really, but he's trying to do some damage. It's just not doing a lot. VP just feels a little too strong right now. 21 minutes in, and I talked about their early game heroes. The Undying definitely feels like it's just hard to fight into him, let alone fighting into the Puck, who has another 2.5k gold. Has the Yules. I'll be curious to see what he buys next. Finished his Null Talisman. You know, he has the Grow Bow, which is super nice for Puck, by the way. This item was made for Puck. You know, it gives you attack range, it gives you a little bit of attack speed, and then it, you know, reduces magic resistance on the attacked enemies. Obviously, the debuff duration has been reduced, so it only lasts 6 seconds, but it's usually more than what Puck needs. And actually, if you look at the CD on phase shift, 6 seconds. So you take the phase shift attack, and if you use it every 6 seconds, you basically have perma uptime on the Grow Bow magic resistance debuff. And now no one, not really feeling like he's needing anything else, just gonna be going in on the Lincolns. You see Magical lying in wait here, was taking a look at Resolution, who's getting closer to finishing the Crimson Guard. Obviously, this game, the, oh man, you look at Medusa, he actually just picked up Lincolns for himself. There's some kind of a fight happening up top. Crystallize had to use the 10-second BKB as no one made his move on him here. And now it's going to be Save looking for the Aghanim Scepter, has the Force Staff ready. I think they're going to try and make their move into Roshan. They're trying to push their lanes out first, but NAVI having to use the BKB on their core puts them in a bit of an odd spot. You're going to see the Blink Dagger picked up for the Doom. Razor has his BKB coming out, so they're almost ready to fight, but you just can't fight without this BKB being up on the Drow. So they're going to lose their top tier 2 tower. I was really surprised to see the Lincolns pick up there on the Medusa, because I feel like Medusa is one of like the 2 heroes in the game that actually doesn't care if he's doomed, but double Lincolns makes it fairly hard to deal with either of these cores. Now Magical mid lane found his Yules up on a save. Save trying to force that. Actually finds himself down on the low ground, but he isn't able to get himself away. It's just too much magic damage on this team. Too much magical in his life. Too much move speed on this dog. This is why Razor is so good. He's just wonderful at chasing heroes down, and he does hit this early timing now where it feels like this game NAVI are in a bit of a better position. Now Medusa TPing in, finds the Stone Gaze. The Dream Coil is going to be there. Crystallize, snaps it. They're going to have to pop the Omni Knight ulti just to keep people alive. Magical. So much trouble here. He's going to be okay for the time being, but the Tombstone was already placed. A lot of spells being expended here from BP. They're going to find the Yules on a Magical. Oh my god, the magical damage there is ridiculous. Zayak gonna blink on in, finds the Doom on to no one. No one force staffed away. He's gonna be okay for the time being. That was a lot that you committed there though on NAVI. That's your Doom, that's your I guess Crystallize didn't get a chance to get his BKB off there, but that's the Omni Knight ulti as well. I mean, that was the buyback though on the Disruptor. Save thought he did need to be here for this fight. You have to wonder what Puck just bought. He actually, okay. No one deciding to go in with the Desolator. I think this is partially just because they use Doom and they just want to take Roshan very quickly. But now this is VP. No one's getting bashed up by Rosh right now. He has to actually get himself out of the Roshan pit. Finds the coil up onto the high ground. Zayak gonna blink himself on up. Wants to do some damage here. He has the phase shift attack, remember, so being able to burst heroes is kind of his specialty. Medusa walking up the high ground, doesn't have Stone Gauge for 15 seconds. Zayak being glimpsed on back, trying to find his blink up to the high ground. He's gonna be okay for the time being. He has this War Stomp up with the blink, but they just can't find their initiation. And Roshan's about half HP right now. You're going to see the Medusa walk back in. Epileptic Kid. Doesn't feel too scared right now. Has Resolution in the pit with him. They have the Tombstone up and they're ready to go. You see the kinetic field being placed. Razor wants to walk on in, gets glimpsed on back, and now Zayak a little too far. Try to find a War Stomp onto the puck. They're looking for opportunities here. It's hard. No one with the haste rune, hard to lock down. Now you have the Medusa ulti up and ready to go whenever. This Roshan is falling though. No one's gonna decide to clear it by himself. They're gonna walk on in with the Stone Gaze. The Aegis can finally being picked up. Now the coil being placed. Only catches Crystallize. He has the BKB ready to go. Stomp is there. No one is silenced up. In some trouble. Meanwhile, Magical runs on through. Gets brought on down. No one's still alive somehow in the Roshan pit. Has the blink. Gonna be able to get himself out. A-OK. And so you lost the Razor. You lost the Roshan. You lost the Aegis. It's another, not too much gold, but it's still adding up. 7k gold lead now for VP. I almost said for no one, because it definitely feels like no one, just the star of this game, managed to find his way out here while he was silenced. He got stomped up and just barely survived. I think for a moment there he was really wondering about the Desolator choice, but he's going to be A-OK, and now you're going to see, well, Resolution's on the bottom lane trying to shove this lane out. But it's the mid lane tower that they're trying to put some pressure on here for VP. There's almost a butterfly up for this Medusa, and I feel like once he hits that point, this game is almost over. He's going to continue to siege this tower and finally brings it down. That's the mid tier 2. Only one tier 2 left in the game now, and Well, they know which one it is. They're going to orb down to the bottom lane with no one. Trying to find something here. Actually finds the coil. Crystallize again. Having to pop his BKB. Are you kidding me? 8 seconds left on this. That was such a nice coil from no one. Spotted him out. I guess that they did have the... no, this is a ward. I don't know how he knew that he was there. A nice prediction play from him there. If you look at the vision here, they shouldn't have vision in this bottom lane unless they have heroes here. They have the outpost, but it doesn't matter. So now there is a double damage room bottom lane. I'll be curious to see if no one picks it up. He's getting closer to the Lincolns. And they have Medusa just sieging towers for them. They're all on this bottom side of the map. You see the lines being drawn by no one. He's like, alright, we're in this area. And I believe they're just waiting on the... They're just waiting on the Medusa items, right? Just waiting on the butterfly. And then they're going to be ready to go. Picks up a Titan Sliver. Very nice for him here. Drops his Wraithman. He should just sell it. You're right next to the shop, bro. Trying to make some kind of a move here. Sell the damn... Okay, he finally sold his item. Finds the butterfly. Now Crystallis. Crystallize. I keep saying Crystallis, man. This is really weird. He knows he's here, right? You have Medusa playing so far up. His team isn't exactly here. They're smoked up. Omni Knight with a completed pipe. Down in the bottom lane. Now the TP coming through from Undying. Solo trying to spot people out here with the smoke. Trying to finally get this D ward, and he will. Crystallize actually found the Orb of Destruction. Made his Eagle Song, so it doesn't have buyback right now. And VP are going to run it down the mid lane. Resolution. Going to be a little late to the party, but it's a double damage on your Medusa. You can't miss that opportunity. It does so much damage. Almost right-clicking for 500 right now. The Lincolns was popped. He's going to run on forward. Has the ulti ready to go. Going to be Yules enough. The Dream Coil's there. Magical going to get snapped on up. Healed up by the Omni Knight. And now the Static Link comes on forward. No one does get doomed. He's in a little bit of trouble here. Resolution trying to get them out of harm's way with the Dark Rift. And the Lich ulti comes on forward. Oh my goodness! The Medusa A just popped. He's in so much trouble now. He's going to have to 1v5. He gets his ulti off looking for the TP out. Can he find it? No. Zayak coming from the backside with his War Stomp. Medusa trying to 1v5 right now. Actually not doing a bad job. They're going to find the kill onto the Lich, but he's finally going to be brought on down. I can't believe what I just saw. The Medusa's A just got popped. And then he didn't get teleported out by the Dark Rift. You lose both of your cores there, and that's almost a 3k gold swing. Going the way of NAVI. They find the kill onto Lich from VP, but that doesn't really matter. You see Resolution now trying to make the Halberd on the Underlord. Oh, you have Underlord and you have Undying. Two heroes. I've noticed recently there's not that many heroes with a U in their names in Dota. Because I make like my little, what is it? Tier list. Search by U. Ursa, Underlord, Undying. Those are the only three. Taking another look at the game here. Magical has about 4.5k gold now. He's looking for the AC. He's finally going to spend some of it. He has the Enchanted Quiver, as well as the Dragon Scale and the Ironwood Tree, so he's really utilizing these jungle items right now for stats. Is he dropping his Wraithman as well? He did. Okay, he just got his Hyperstone in the inventory. Who did he give it to? Oh, never mind. Top lane, Resolution trying to make a move on his Zayak. Zayak gonna find his blink on out. Has the BKB queued on up. And not having a bad game for himself. He's made some really nice stomp plays. I was surprised he was able to get the Doom off onto no one here. That being said, I believe no one almost has the Lincolns. He says, yeah, not having a Lincolns kind of sucks. Getting Doom kind of sucks. He's 6-1-11 on the puck. He's having a nice game for himself. Second highest net worth. Compared to the Medusa that's just been free farming the whole game. 5-1-5 for Epileptic Kid. He's having a pretty nice game, actually. He's almost to the BKB. And I believe VP just overstepped a little bit there. You know, they're a team with a lot of experience, but they have some new members and trying to work things out right now. Looks like they may be having some small communication issues. So, message him. So yeah, Magical now with the picked up AC. I want to take a look at the Drow Ranger because he has been able to finish the Butterfly. Now he's looking for his MKB. He's fairly farmed, but we're talking about a fairly farmed hero. Look at save with the Aghanim Scepter on the Disruptor. This is such a huge game-changing item. As well with the cast range talent, he's going to be able to get this Static Storm off from quite a range. And being able to cancel these items from being used could make the difference here. You see Solo walking up, placing the ward. They find the coil on a Pasha, and this is going to be yet another death for Pasha. They're going to use the Static Storm just to secure the kill. They blinked up on no one, trying to find the Yules, but couldn't find it. Actually killed a courier with Zayak's BKB. Zayak was able to TP himself, or I believe that was the Lich TP. Got himself out. Zayak, though, was just farming on this bottom lane, and now doesn't have a BKB for 2 minutes. Doesn't have a buyback either, so VP finds Magical. Magical doesn't have a TP, has nowhere to go, trying to run himself away. His BKB's down in 1 more second. They have the Yules. Now the Roots are going to come through. So much control on this VP team. That's a big death. He used his BKB. Not only that, but he's dead for 70 whole seconds. And no one now controlling this game. He took the Waning Rift cooldown, which is a little interesting. I see a lot of pucks prefer the Illusionary Orb distance / speed, and I always do. Especially if you don't have BOT up on your hero, because it's so easy to get across the map. But no one right now feeling like he just wants to silence. Gonna continue to do his thing on the puck. You have this Medusa just so farmed. He's got 5k net worth lead. He's got a 5k net worth lead on the Drow. And a 10k gold lead in total right now is going to lead VP up to the Navi high ground. Make that 9k, so it's a little closer than that. But Crystallize, saving his buyback right now, doesn't want to commit for the MKB. And this is an interesting choice because you see teams just... do they want to buy out for these game-changing moments? And I feel like MKB might make the difference here. You kind of have to trust in your team at some point. But he's going to save the buyback and just be safe right now. Doesn't have a courier going out to the side shop at all. Or to the secret shop. That'll be even funnier next patch when the side shop is completely removed. And I'm still calling it the side shop. And now you see Medusa actually just bought the Daedalus recipe as well as the Crystallis. Not caring too much. Now the courier finally going to go out to the secret shop. This is a classic courier. This is the first courier I bought in Dota. The Snowy Owl 1. Now mid lane, they may have found a catch on the Pasha trying to run himself away. Meanwhile, Solo has the Ghost Scepter. Going to try and keep himself alive. Pops it. Now Pasha brought on back into the Static Storm. The Lich ulti coming on forward. He has to use the coil. They're trying to burst Pasha. They actually haven't been able to for the time being. He got his ulti on off. Now no one jumping forward. Managed to snipe a courier. Actually, that was their courier. Sniped up by Crystallize, and they're going to have to get themselves on out. They don't want to try and turn this one around. They used the Disruptor ulti there and just couldn't kill Pasha because he got his ulti off. And no one is just barely living in these team fights, keeping himself out of harm's way. You have to wonder, though, like, I thought that team fight would just go a little bit better for them. I guess you have the Medusa, which is such a large source of your damage, as well as you don't really have a Dagon on the puck, so if Omni Knight can get his ulti off and keep himself alive, the team fight gets so much different. And so now, if you look at save, he's trying to make the Yules on the Disruptor. The Underlord just picked up the Solar Crest. And they're going to run themselves into Roshan's pit for the second time here. Actually, that one fight, dude, look at all these mangoes. Holy shit on my screen. The mango tree. The bounty this year has been good. The harvest for VP. It's going to be the cheese going the way of the puck, I believe. No Resolution going to pick it up for himself, giving it to no one now. some uncoordination there, but look at Navi smoked up on this hill. You saw the Daedalus completed on the Medusa, and they really feel like they need to make something happen right now. They're going to find the Stomp on a save. Save going to be in so much trouble. Force-staff him forward 3 times, but he's still going to eventually die to Crystallize, and now you have Magicals running on him with the Yules. You have to wonder, is he going to buy back? Yes, he will. The Disruptor wants to get himself back into this fight. The Dream Coil going to be there. Locking in Pasha, and again, they're isolating this Omni Knight. Magical's going to go on in to just run away. Doesn't have his TP up for 30 seconds, but... Oh, no, they find the Lich. I thought that was the Drow for a moment. Not too bad for them to lose him, but he's still down for 50 with no buyback, accompanied by the Omni Knight now. And now they're going to run up the high ground here. You have this Medusa absolutely ready to go. He has his items. He's basically 6-slotted. You know, if his Aegis expires, he'll move the Titan Sliver back in. You have Crystallize, not Crystallize. Kind of pew-pewing away, but he doesn't do that much damage right now. You have to wonder, what are you waiting for in this Drow? Feels like he's had a better game than the last game, but they're still losing their mid-racks, and they're about to lose more. 39 minutes in. Okay, Medusa no longer has a mana pool. He's getting pew-pewed, and oh my god, the damage output there. Okay, never mind. Drow definitely does damage. He does enough to save this Rax. VP covering their allies' TP's out. And you see Puck now getting closer to the level 25. He might take the rapid fire. No one is a baller. He almost has the Aghanim Scepter completed. You see Underlord ulted Medusa back in, so they want to go with this Aegis. Gonna finally finish up this shrine. 12k gold lead, 40 minutes in. They're gonna actually find themselves a double damage rune for probably the Medusa Epileptic Kid. Now they're smoked on up. They gave him the bottle just to hang on to it. He's actually got his butterfly in the backpack right now. An interesting choice. Magical seems to know that they're coming here. And now we have the first tier 4 items being picked up. It's going to be the Flicker on Doom. I'm not sure who to give this to. Maybe to the Omni Knight. Just trying to get himself out when he's locked in. I guess he's going to keep it on himself for the time being. But the lines are being drawn in the chat. They say, let's just run it down top. And no one tried to come up there and look for a Dream Coil. Doesn't have the Aghanim Scepter quite yet. Now Medusa popping the DD. Zayak jumps on Puck. Tried to find something there. He blinked himself back. Medusa in the middle of everything with the Stone Gaze. Trying to do some damage to his Magical. He can't pop his BKB in time. He is glimpsed on back. Finally going to pop it. And actually Medusa's going to die. The Drow up in the high ground just does too much damage. Now Zayak blinking in. Finding the Doom under resolution. There's going to be no Uber home right now. And now the Lich ulti coming on board. Save finally finds his ulti, locking in the Drow. Now no one wants to go to work on a Crystallize. Crystallize just standing his ground for the time being. He does so much damage, but it's not going to be enough to keep himself alive. Has a buyback available. No one being pulled in. No one might actually die here. Can't get the cheese off. Both your cores are down. At least your damage dealing ones for VP. Solo going to force himself through the trees. Manages to find his TP out. Solo manages to find one as well, but again, it's the second team fight that just didn't look the way that you wanted it to for VP. They committed a lot there. Again, the BKB charges are getting lower on Navi. But it doesn't feel like as much of a problem this game as last game because they are actually winning fights. It's a 9-second BKB for the Doom. You have 7 seconds on your Drow and then 6 seconds on Magical. Obviously, he's had to use his BKB a couple times just to get himself out. And he takes a 10 armor here, which I guess makes sense. I feel like the Storm Strike interval is really good, but you know, because it goes from 0.7 to 0.6 to 0.5. You can put it to 0.1 and then you just farm so quickly with your ult. But he's gonna hold on to it for the time being and just decide to go for the 10 armor. He'll pick that one up later at level 30 if he does get there. You see Puck trying to get closer to the 25. He almost has his Ags. He actually bought the tome, I believe. Maybe it's on his courier. Oh, maybe he gave it to someone else. The Undying actually just hit his level 20. Obviously takes the Tombstone on Death. And this is a hero that, for as much as he does fall off in the late game, I think that this hero does a lot with his level 30 talent. having all of these, you know, all these talents disposable to you at level 30, like the +5 tombstone attacks to destroy is pretty sick, especially if you can get, you know, 2 or 3 tombstones down. Maybe you get a refresher orb, you know. Maybe you can buy back into the fight, get 4 tombstones down in total. I don't really know if that would ever happen, but having those tombstones just a little harder to destroy is never a bad thing. Obviously, the tombstone on Dust just slightly better. And the reincarnation is pretty sick. Obviously, you're going to take that, but then, you know, having a 4-second cooldown on Soul Rip or on Decay. 2-second, actually. That's pretty good. I mean, 2-second Decay. You're just using it every 2 seconds. Helps you definitely in the late game, and you do gain that Decay duration later on. You know, the duration's at 45, and then you can double that. So he decided to take the Tombstone Zombie damage. What is it? +30. It's not bad. I feel like in a game where you're relying on Tombstone a lot, you know, it makes sense. You see, Zayak actually took the Doom DPS. I like the Devour on Ancients a lot because you can devour the Golem and get HP for your team. But decides to take the DPS for now. Makes sense, I think. He's more concerned about killing the puck within Doom. So the DPS is pretty big. And now Omni, you see, is making the refresher, just trying to get this ulti up, the Guardian Angel. Super, super good spell. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen Omni in play. You see Drow almost to the 25 there, and this is big. I think most Drows do take the 40% CD reduction, but this puts in so much work for your hero. And they're actually going to make a smoke here. The orb coming forward, they see it, they know where VP are, and I think that they do know Resolution is bottom as well. Pasha going to lead the way, running forward on his team. Their smoke pops, and now they're like, well, where are they? The smoke, unfortunately, not going to pan out. You see Drow with the Ninja Gear item. It gives you a good amount of agi as well as move speed, and it gives you smoke every 45 seconds, should you choose to use it. Kind of one of my favorite tier 4 items, just because the name, Ninja Gear. That's pretty dope, you know. You see Lich picked up the telescope. Feels like this should not be a tier 3 item. I feel like I see this item every single game. And it just feels too good. It gives you so much range. And you see it actually got buffed in 7.23D. Obviously, they changed it before, but now Resolution got jumped on. Zayak found his move, found his jump, and Resolution trying to get himself away, just can't. The Doom DPS going to come in handy as now Solo being jumped on, and it feels a little bit like VP are kind of crumbling. Their gold lead only down to 4K now. You have this late game Medusa, and he just hit his 25. He's going to take 1,000 more mana. But, like, you have to wonder, man. At what point I mean, I guess you're waiting for the next Roshan. And by the way, we did see VP No One take up the Dream Coil Rapid Fire. So this is a puck that if he gets into a team fight, he gets close enough to people with the coil, man, that could be deadly. Gets it just in time as well for the Aghanim Scepter buff. Pretty big deal, if I do say so myself. Yeah, Zayak actually picked up the Havoc Hammer. Definitely not one of my favorite items. Oh! Looks like they found the move on a Medusa. Medusa might be in some trouble here. I really thought they were going to make a bigger move on him, but now No One in the middle of everyone. He's going to get the jaunt on down to the low ground. I was sure Epileptic Kid was in trouble there, but they decided against going on him for the time being. They're trying to control this area around Roshan. Roshan just spawned. If they buy this Refresher Orb on Omni and then have a third Omni ult, that might just be game over. I'm serious. Also fairly good on Doom. We'll see who it goes to as VP wants to contest here. Medusa going to run it in with the ulti. Aegis is already dropped. The Refresher goes out onto the Omni Knights. They're going to find the kill into Zayak. There's going to be no Doom for this team fight. And now they're looking for more. Medusa trying to run it into the fight. He's taking so much damage right now, being pulled in the direction of the Lich. Save finally finds his ulti down. No One in the middle of everything, doing so much damage, trying to finally get himself out. Looks like he's going to survive for the time being. Magical has the Satanic ready to go. Just surviving through everything right now. It was a buyback onto the Doom. The Drow still has his buyback available, ready to go. They're going to jump up on the high ground with the puck. Puck still surviving here. They find the vision. They glimpse the Razor on back. Magical needs to turn it on the Satanic. Needs to try to survive. He's trying his best, but It just doesn't matter. They finally find the kill on him. Now Puck was looking to try and cancel the TP on the Lich. Lich gonna get himself out for the time being. No one somehow still alive here, making it a dieback on the Doom. But quite frankly, man, this game feels pretty even. The Prince's Knife is actually on the Puck. It's a free Hex. It's super good. I hope he picks it up. You have the Refresher Orb ready to go, or the Refresher Shard on Omni. And if he buys Refresher right now, I think you buy it, right? There's no reason not to. I guess he'll hold on to his buyback for the time being because they feel pretty threatened right now. But now VP gonna run it up to the top lane. You have the Shaco boots on the Disruptor. I guess it gives you more health and it reduces your max mana. Not by a ton, so pretty good item for him. Now Puck jaunting in, looking for his Dream Coil. The ulti is there from the Disruptor. He's just locked in place, nowhere to go. And now Pasha can't even get the ulti off. He can't right now. He has the Aegis, so he's going to have a second life here. And now Puck may have jaunted too far. No, he's going to be okay down to the low ground. Meanwhile, you have the Medusa pelting away at the towers. And you see Magical just wondering what to do with himself right now as Omni Knight needs to commit to an item or needs to commit to something. The BKB popped on Magical. They need to save their towers right now. These towers dying too quickly. This is Navi's tournament lives on the line here. And their throne's half HP. Magical's still in. They need to do something, and they're just going to call GG. Nothing else that they can do, man. And it feels like I really thought that last team fight would go so differently. The Omni couldn't get his ulti off. I guess he didn't want to use the Refresher Shard.